What's up, guys? It's Dan from Coin Bureau Trading, back at it again with another crypto market update. Today we've got Kucoin's KCS token, Goatseus Maximus, and Michi. These three cryptos have been pumping the most over the last 24 hours, and I'm sure you all want to know, why are they pumping? How high could they go? Are they going to get rejected? This is the kind of information that you like. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ping that notification bell. We're going to be looking at the top 3 performing cryptos over the last 24 hours from Monday through Thursday, trying to get these videos out to you as quickly as we can. So be sure you have that notification bell ping for sure, guys. But before we get started, do keep in mind that nothing in this video is financial advice. It's just my personal crypto trading analysis. What I see in the charts might be different than what you see. Your opinion might be different than mine. And honestly, guys, if it is, that's awesome. I'm not going to be right every time. You're not going to be right every time. And that's why it's important that we have for lack of a better term, a diversity of opinion. The more opinions we have about the market, the better. It'll make all of us better traders, better investors, as I like to say. But that being said, guys, let's dive into it here. So, of course, as always, we have to ask ourselves, why is Kucoin's KCS token pumping? And of course, as you guys know, the KCS token obviously belongs to the Kucoin exchange. It's like this exchange token. And as some of you will know, a lot of these exchange tokens, typically, if you look at the long-term price history, they kind of go slowly up and to the right. And that's basically because what these exchanges will do is they will basically slowly buy back and burn their token based on the trading volume, obviously, right? So when as trading volume goes up over time, then they're doing more buybacks and burns. And all else being equal, sometimes, for example, if there's FUD about some exchange, then sometimes the token will crash. Kucoin was one subject to this. I think it was last year or the year before. Some of you might remember there was some FUD about Kucoin not having, basically not having the crypto that it claimed. And of course, a couple days ago here, less than 48 hours ago, they basically put out an updated proof of reserves report, basically proving that yes, we do have the crypto to back, we do actually hold the crypto that our people deposit into the exchange. I personally never had any doubts. I don't know why there was this FUD around Kucoin. I honestly think it was competing exchanges basically trying to sow this FUD. And you guys will notice the same thing happens actually with stablecoins, that you'll see stablecoin issuers basically spreading FUD around like other stablecoins, and exchanges spreading FUD about other exchanges, and they do it through the crypto media and through traditional media. It's a pretty dirty game out there, guys. It's getting really competitive, and some of these tactics are not very cool, let's say. Anyways, guys, moving on to the KCS token here. Before I say anything, I just need to make it clear that these exchange tokens, again, they have a habit of going up and to the right. But I don't want to say they're similar to like meme coins, but it's kind of like the risk, in my opinion, is not necessarily worth the reward. Because maybe it'll go up like 5x or even 10x during the course of the bull market. But if there's anything that goes wrong with the exchange, and it doesn't even nothing even has to go wrong. If there's even any bad news about the exchange, this crypto will crash, right? So you'll be like up, like going up only. Then there's some FUD or something around Kucoin, and then the token will drop like 30%. And then you're like, well, there goes I was waiting for 6 months for that 30% gain, and now it's wiped out in a day, and I'm gonna have to wait for another 6 months for it to go back up. Is that really worth it? In my opinion, not really. But with that being said, guys, the charts are the charts. We're going to trade what's in front of us. But that's just my personal opinion. And let's just take a look at the charts and see what the charts say. So, of course, we have a starting point of around $7.5, resistance of around $10. That gives us a difference, of course, of around $2.5. So that will give us a target of around 12.5, which to the upside, around 25% to the upside. And potentially a loss of around 10% to the downside, with support clearly being somewhere around $9. Of course, it could go a little bit lower than that, stop a little bit higher than that, maybe like 9.10 cents or something, like $9.10, or go like to $8.90 or something like that, but around that $9 range is that support. And as I've always been saying, guys, or I guess as I've been really emphasizing over the last week or two, is the price has to get above this resistance level to hit that target. So just do keep that in mind. Don't get too excited when I say, 25% to the upside and thinking, well, looks like we're going up only. It's like, no, First, we have to actually get above this $10 resistance level, and ideally we see a day or two. And again, guys, we're always on the daily chart here on my videos. We have to see at least a couple days of closing above this $10 resistance level, and especially here where you can see that there's even a little bit of resistance around $10.50. You really want to see some closes above that level, and you can see that momentum, coming in and seeing like some really strong big green candles into that resistance zone. Then okay, it's probably going to go up to this 12.5 target. But you always have to make sure that confirmation is hit. That confirmation level getting above that resistance is something that happens. And of course, as you guys can see, we're using Bybit there. If you do want to take advantage of some Bybit deals, we have up to $60,000 in rewards using the link down in the description. We also have a bunch of trading fee discounts on exchanges like OKX, Kucoin, and Binance. And again, guys, these deals, these trading fee discounts, they don't cost you a single thing. Literally, you just sign up for the exchange using our affiliate link. The exchange gets a new user. We get a cut of your fees. And you guys get, some bonuses or a cut of trading fees. So it's like a win-win-win, especially during bull markets. It's going to help you guys out a lot. It's going to help us out a lot. And of course, it's going to help these exchanges out a lot. And you have lots to pick from. If you don't like Bybit, if you don't like Kucoin or whatever, you have OKX and Binance to pick from. And we always partner, we only partner, I should say, with exchanges that we've personally vetted. And, it doesn't mean that's like 100% that the exchange is going to be legit. You can never know with 100% certainty unless you actually work at the exchange. But I'm proud to say, that we've never partnered with these, let's say, sketchier exchanges. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that, guys. Let's move on here. So of course we have Goatseus Maximus, and here, as always, we have to ask ourselves, okay, why is the Goat token pumping? And of course, last time, you guys might remember, it's because Andreessen Horowitz, the VC firm that made kind of this this AI on Twitter, like this Twitter AI or XAI, whatever you want to call it, basically was like pumping this Goat token, and of course now things are looking a little bit different, because there isn't really any clear catalyst, at least in my opinion, that would explain why Goat has been pumping over the last, let's say, 24 hours or so. So of course, as always, that's why I already have this tab open here, going to CoinMarketCap, checking the Goat token, and then going to the markets tab, like down here, sorting by volume and saying, okay, where's this thing trading? And as you can see, it's trading on these offshore exchanges that are particularly, I guess you could say, like popular with like Asian investors and stuff like that. And I'm not just like, making this up or whatever. What's really interesting, guys, and you can actually go, if you go back and compare to the previous video where we were covering, where I was covering rather, this Goatseus Maximus, you'll notice that in the description, this is really interesting, in the description of the Telegram, or the Telegram, of the Twitter/X, you can see that they added a Chinese Telegram channel. So that tells me that there is lots of Chinese people that are trading this, or I guess like a Chinese speaking, I should say. China, like crypto's technically banned in China. Again, whole other rabbit hole. But at least based on my, let's say, very surface level analysis, you can see here, wait a minute, like there's a Chinese Telegram channel here. I can see that Goat is trading mostly on these like kind of like Asian exchanges that are popular with Chinese investors. This is a fun fact, guys. HTX, the former CEO, you can look this up, you can fact check me. The former CEO and founder of HTX, which used to be known as Huobi, the guy's name was Leon Li. He was actually had a close relationship with the Chinese central bank. Believe it or not, you can check that, I think, in Bloomberg. Be sure to check that out. It's super interesting, and even like Huobi has like this Huobi ecosystem chain or whatever, Heco chain, and the Chinese government, according to Decrypt, was running regulatory nodes. So imagine, like, instead of validators, there was like regulatory nodes on this crypto exchange chain. So just something to think about. Like the crypto's banned in China, but the exchange is like tied with the central bank. It's very interesting. Anyways, guys, moving on to the charts here. This is where things get even more interesting, in my opinion, because you guys might remember that last time we covered Goat, or I covered Goat, I guess. We were looking at this bull flag here that was forming, and I was basically, again, warning that, like, we have to get above this resistance level first, and of course it got rejected. Goat got rejected there, and it kept moving down, and the support level ended up being closer to something like 4.2 or 4, yeah, it was like 4.21 or something. So it wasn't exactly like 45 cents. And again, guys, you have to expect a little bit of extra volatility with these meme coins. So don't be too surprised if it goes a little bit lower than like that original support line that I drew. I'm never going to be surprised at that, especially when it's with a meme coin, and especially when there's leverage. Now that Goat is listed on centralized exchanges and where there's like, leverage and stuff, you're going to see deviations above and below these key levels. So just do keep that in mind. But with that being said, guys, like from my perspective, especially if you zoom out a bit, like you can see like, well, I don't really see anything that's changed here, to be honest. Like, the bull flag is kind of still forming. It's just that it's really this extended pattern, kind of similar to what you see, on Bitcoin. If you like zoom out on the weekly chart and you zoom all the way out, you can see it's basically been painting almost this like massive bull flag since the start of the year. We're seeing the same thing, but on a much smaller scale here with Goat, where literally nothing has changed. Like, I still think that that a bull flag is in play here, and that if it does get above this resistance level around 70 cents, it's going to hit that target of 95 cents. And the question is, do we get there or do we not? I think that's honestly probably going to depend on the election outcome tomorrow, and I think the same is true for the breakouts for these other cryptos that we're analyzing today. Depending on what that outcome is like. Honestly, guys, I think that, I think I speak for everyone, that it would be nice just to have a clear outcome, very clear victory for Trump or for Harris. I think either of those will be good, because it'll just be like, no uncertainty, right? If there's any uncertainty, if it's too close to call, we're going to see a whole bunch of volatility, and that's almost like there's nothing that investors hate more than uncertainty. I'll just put it that way, guys. Like, the investors don't mind as long as they know what's coming. If they have no idea what's coming, whether it's good or bad, it's not a good scenario. Anyways, guys, so of course, using our handy bull flag math in this case, so the flagpole length here from the bottom to the top is, of course, 25 cents, and the flagpole top is 70 cents, and that gives us, when we add the flagpole length and the flagpole top, that gives us a target of 95 cents there. And of course, to the upside, once this resistance is broken, we should see an upside of around 33% or 34%. But again, as I was noting last time, the risk-reward ratio wasn't looking too good. It was like a 1-to-1, where it's like, yes, it could break up to the upside by like 34%, or it could break down to the downside by 34%. And lo and behold, it broke to the downside by like 34%. But again, I guess you wouldn't even necessarily call it a break, because you can see like the pattern is still in play. It's just that it's just been grinding lower, and like everyone who's just like going long and expecting that resistance to be broken right away, again, not thinking, it's like you have to wait for confirmation, guys. Always wait for confirmation. Not financial advice, but like, if you are trading this, like, you have to wait and make sure, like, yes, we are headed in that direction. You can't just say like, oh, I think it's going to go there. It's like, no, you have to Just wait until the charts are telling you, yes, you can go, and then you go, you know, if that makes any sense. Anyways, guys, moving on now to Michi. So similar thing here, where I was kind of scrolling through and seeing like, you know, is there anything about Michi here that is, you know, justifying this pump? And like, there doesn't seem to be anything in particular. You know, maybe there's something, I don't know, some trading incentive or something on Gate.io. Or some like airdrops or whatever. But again, I went to the markets tab as always, guys. Sort by trading volume, and you can see like, well, there isn't anything really here going on. You know, most of the trading is on Radium, and that kind of tells me that there's a lot of, you know, like whales manipulating. And if, as you guys might remember, like it looks like this cat theme, like these cat theme meme coins are kind of becoming a new narrative. And I do think that that's the main reason why Michi here is pumping. And again, like I know that there's gonna be some comments and people in the comments saying, no, it's not listed on Gate.io. I can see that. You know, I know there's like details of airdrops or whatever, but again, it's like, this is going to sound kind of weird, guys, but it doesn't necessarily matter like the details. It's just like because again, like most people are going to be thinking, you know, like, why is it pumping? And what do you think people are discussing in these Telegram groups? They're saying, oh, there's something in Gate.io related to Michi, right? Like, and that's as deep as the analysis goes. And like literally people will ape in thinking like, oh, something's going to happen. There's maybe going to be a listing. And to be honest, guys, like if we were to look into the details, you probably find like, yeah, maybe this does actually foreshadow, you know, there's going to be a listing on Gate.io. But the point being, guys, is again, like it's the same thing, like how people only read the headlines of articles and they don't really look into the details. Like if they just see like, you know, there's a partnership with Google, but then you like read the details and it's like, it's not actually a partnership. Like that was a classic, you know, some of you might remember back from the 2017 cycle. And so this is the type of stuff, you know, like when you see me glossing over and you're saying, oh, you're not going like in depth enough. Because most people aren't going in depth, guys. Like most people are just looking at at this announcement. They're scrolling through Twitter. They see, oh, Gate.io and Michi. Oh, that's bullish. I'm going to buy. That's the simplistic thinking, especially with these meme coins, guys. You know, we can't give people too much credit when it comes to meme coins. I'm sorry. Anyway, guys, moving on here to the charts. And this is the exact same thing actually as Goatseus Maximus. I see absolutely no changes here. Again, as I was saying last time we covered Michi, it has to get above this resistance level. It got rejected from that, went down to support. Again, it wicked down. You can see that's pretty nasty. Look at that wick all the way down to 25 cents, which sucks for anyone, again, like who was like saying like, oh, it's going to go to 30 cents. And like again, like in normal circumstances, you can see if you get rid of that wick, which is probably driven by some leverage or liquidation or FUD or whatever, some whale that was dumping. If you eliminate that kind of like that let's say that unexpected like volatility event there, then the 30-cent support is actually support. But again, like because we're dealing with a meme coin, because we're dealing with leverage, you're just going to see like, you know, these wild deviations around these levels, which is why, like, again, personally, I don't trade meme coins, but I will show you guys the charts and show you what I see because I know that that's what you're looking for and what you're interested in. Not always, obviously. I can't wait till we're covering actual altcoins that are, you know, just grinding up and to the right. But anyways, guys, not to go into too many tangents here. Again, there's literally no change here. Target math is the same. Starting point of 10 cents, resistance of 40 cents. That gives us a target of 70 cents. And again, the risk reward here actually looks pretty decent. Risk reward of around 75% to the upside, 25% to the downside. A little bit more, you know, if you were actually taking that support with 100% certainty, which again, guys, you can never do with all these targets. Prices are going to deviate slightly below, slightly above because of the leverage, because of the speculation, because of all this. Look at all these wicks, you know, these huge wicks. Like here probably would have been the top around 50 cents. And lo and behold, there's probably some whale who pushed it up to 61 cents, right? Just to really mess with people who sold at 50 cents and they're like, oh my God, it's going to keep going higher. And then they FOMO back in, the whale dumps, and that's how you end up with a wick like that. Anyways, guys. Yeah, so in my opinion, Michi's looking pretty good. I do think that these cat theme meme coins, I think, are going to have a pretty nice run here. But again, I guess it does kind of also depend a little bit on what happens with the election outcome tomorrow. You know, are we going to see a breakout above to that 70-cent target, or is there going to be a rejection potentially all the way back down to that starting point, and then another, you know, couple weeks or even months of consolidation before moving higher? It's not something I would rule out, especially for these meme coins. So just do keep that in mind, guys. We're dealing with high risk stuff at the end of the day when we're dealing with meme coins. Guys, and if you do want to see analysis, you know, of altcoins that are more legit, you know, not like meme coins, but actual altcoins with fundamentals, this is the type of stuff that we cover in the Coin Bureau Club. We do weekly altcoin reviews of the altcoins that our members vote for. We showcase our personal crypto portfolios as well as the cryptos that we're considering adding to our portfolios. I do daily technical analysis of Bitcoin and Ethereum in the members Discord. We also have a unique insights channel in the Discord where Mariano and Aaron are posting there, I think, semi-frequently. Super interesting. Like, big props to those guys. Obviously, they understand technical analysis at a much deeper level than I do. But of course, guys, I will say that, at least in my opinion, technical analysis on Bitcoin and Ethereum, you know, that you really have to up your game to have an edge there. But when it comes to these smaller altcoins, the super simple technical analysis that I'm doing, as we've seen, you know, not always, but a decent amount of the time, it's like it's more than enough. You don't need like some crazy complex indicators and whatever if you're dealing with some meme coin or altcoin that, you know, that no large entities or players can really trade. It's a different game. You know, you don't have to be as advanced, but, you know, mad respect to the other hosts of the channel here, though, on Coin Bureau Trading. Those guys know their stuff. And when it comes to Bitcoin and Ethereum and these larger altcoins, I'm sure that they no doubts that they have an edge, and definitely check out their channels and check out their videos as well. So with that being said, guys, and again, if you do want to join the Coin Bureau Club, check out the link in the description. And with that being said, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, ping that notification bell if you did enjoy the video, and I'll see you in the next one.